I saw a live that you hosted, referring to my situation with Trina and my children.
Yes.
I need to know what you meant because I'm getting different stories. I got a story from my cousin and I got a story from my auntie.
Hmm.
Like, I guess they both talk to you. You talk to them, right?
I talked to Petty. I don't know about Jen. Unless you came in on another account,
Mm-hmm.
I never
It
talked
was
to
her
Petty.
Genstigator account because that account got banned yesterday, but she was on her Genstigator account.
I ain't talked to Jen Together. I talked to a troll page by the name of Ash D, who
Okay,
was
that's her
asking the
account too.
same. Okay. Okay. Um. When I was talking about the situation with Mrs. Nietzsche's mod, my whole thing was I felt like there was such an automatic outrage for that. Everybody was listening. Nobody was trying to deflect. Nobody was really asking any questions. It was just a go. And again, this is my observation as somebody on the outside looking in,
Mm-hmm.
right? I wasn't comparing you to that terrible, terrible man. Absolutely not. I wasn't coming for you as a mom. I wasn't doing none of that. I was saying it's interesting how people on this app found so much outrage in that.
In what?
What Trina had said to you about what Trina had implied about your sons,
Mm-hmm.
because I just listened to the recording. I didn't hear this clip. I heard another clip that
Okay.
somebody sent to me that was supposedly the quote unquote jacket. That wasn't the jacket. I see what you're saying with this clip. I see that there's an implication.
Okay.
I'm not stubborn. I'm not ignorant. I'm not gonna get up here and not admit. If I could backtrack, I'm a backtrack. If I had heard that, my words would have been a little different. But I was pretty much using the two situations as, it came out publicly. This is something that a lot of people were upset about, still upset about. Um, and I see from the clip that I've seen today, rightfully so. I just found it interesting that people were willing to be upset about that. And then anytime I spoke about the mod or brought it up, people try to switch gears and deflect and talk about something else, talk about the wife, talk about all this other shit that didn't have nothing to do with what the report was saying.
Okay.
It was
My question is, what did any of that have to do with me and my children? How did those two correlate? You found it odd that people were
Mhm.
upset about a jacket being put on my children, little
Mhm.
black boys. You admittedly saw that there was an issue, right? That there was a problem, and you told my auntie that you used it as a point of reference. So what
Mhm.
exactly were you referring to?
The outrage. It wasn't the situation, Kay. You got to understand. They're not the same in severity. They're
They're not the
two.
same in
Period.
context and severity. They're not the
Nothing
same in any
at
sense.
all. Right. Right. But I'm using it for context as the outrage to show how selective people are when they get upset about shit.
Okay, so
That
are you
that was
wanting
the
to be able to
purpose.
dictate when people are angry, or
How do you get that from what I'm saying?
that's what you just said? You find it odd that people are selective in their outrage.
That's what it was.
That's free will, beloved. That's free will. And even if people weren't outraged about my situation, which they were, I won't lie.
Mhm.
Even if they weren't outraged about my situation and they were outraged about, the situation with the unfortunate passing of that baby, I still would be on the same tip that I'm on.
Mhm.
Right? So I'm not negating the fact that what happened to that child was tragic. What I'm trying to understand with you is, right? In this clip, and I'm gonna play it for you. The comment that you read was in reference to King, talking shit about the lady who passed away, and he was on live prior to that being upset about his brother being gone. You then immediately after that say, yeah, because I find it weird that people want us to give a fuck about an imaginary jacket being put on children. And don't nobody give a fuck about this baby that's been unalived. Those are three different situations, none of which have anything to do with one another. So again, I ask you, are you wanting to be able to dictate when people are upset or not?
I'm having a hard time understanding how you took away from what I'm saying that I want to dictate how people feel.
I didn't. I just asked. I asked because that's what it seems like to me, sweetheart. And I'm
No,
not even being
I don't
funny.
want to. I can't. How could I even? How could I even fathom? How could I? How could I even think about? I could dictate how people feel. That's
Come
not
here,
it.
baby. Hold on 1 second, sweetheart. What's up, baby?
You okay? You sound angry. I know you're in my room, Luke. I'm like, what you talking about?
No, I'm good, fam.
Okay, I was gonna say, did you see my text?
I didn't see your text. What'd you say?
I was
really didn't. What'd you say? Come on.
like, Mama. This is I tapped her. I was like, Mama, can I go over to Gabby's house?
How you going?
Yeah, but
You want me to take you over there?
She said she was gonna give me a ride. She gonna come get me.
Yeah, you can go over there.
Oh, yes.
You spend the night or you come home tonight?
No, I'm probably come home.
Okay.
Alright.
You need some money?
No.
Y'all going somewhere?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to her house because they grilling.
Ooh, bring me a sausage.
She said they gonna make chicken, sausages, steak.
Bring me a sausage, girl. All right. I love you.
Okay, love you too.
My apologies. My apologies.
It's all good.
It never stops, especially when you got daughters. So, yeah, she did say, you good? What's up? The reason listen, when you said you find it odd that people are outraged about one thing and not outraged about another, right? You said that people are selective. That's free will. That's common sense. People can be mad about whatever they want to be mad about, right? That's why I asked you, because I mean, in my head, that's just common sense. You can't tell somebody when and when they can't be mad, right? Also, a lot of people are not privy to the information and or details of that case, right? With that baby. With my situation, it literally unfolded in front of their eyes. So they have all of the details. So I completely understand people wanting to, and let's not take away from the fact that baby is gone, right? His father unalived him. Absolutely, people should be outraged about that. And I'm quite sure that they are, because they got on Mario ass.
Now they are.
They got
But
on Miss Nitra ass too. I saw it.
Now they are. But that's what I'm trying to say. Before all of this, before any big creator really spoke on it and tried to put light onto it, I was talking about it for a whole week. And nobody was saying anything.
Hold
And
on.
people
So you said before a big creator got a hold of it and said something about it, you had already been talking about it.
for days.
Right. What's the problem with? So is it the fact that people weren't listening to what you were saying?
No,
Like it really
the
wasn't brought to the light
reaction,
until a larger creator said something about it?
the reaction was different. And I know, I'm gonna say this. I know when it comes to a lot of the shit that I say, it's gonna come across as like I'm trying to be combative, but I'm objective. I don't belong to no group. I try to remain as unbiased as I possibly can. So just me making an observation, it just seemed like people were more willing to go and listen to this regarding what Trina had said. Granted, I understand the implication and I understand the reaction, but nobody was willing to listen to facts about a man that was still on the app. I'm pretty sure he's still here, still a mod. Nobody wanted to pay attention to it. If anything, people would come in and tell me to stop. And it was brought up on other panels too. I don't remember exactly who, but it was other bigger creators than me. It was brought up and people kept trying to deflect. So there was a level of, damn, it was a level of frustration. Like, what the fuck? Like, what does it
Right. You were
take?
frustrated. My apologies for your frustration, but what exactly did that have to do with me and my children?
The situation.
Before you answer that,
Mhm.
let me play this clip for you.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I also got a screenshot that I want to show you that I haven't posted yet.
Post it.
I'm about to put it on my green screen. Give me a
Talk
moment.
about a deceased person is crazy. And he was on live crying about his brother being gone. Yeah, so y'all want us to care. People want us to care when people put a quote unquote jacket on their children who are alive. But nobody gives a fuck about a child that was shaken to his unaliveness. Nobody cares about that at all. But we're supposed to give a fuck about an imaginary jacket that was placed on a child. That's what we're supposed to.
Can I just like make a quick like question?
Mhm.
and this is why I said imaginary, right? Because a jacket, from what I'm used to, maybe I'm wrong, but a jacket is usually when you're in jail and when they find your file or some
No,
shit, or they dig up information about. That's not what a jacket is.
no,
Okay.
it's not. And you knew exactly what it was when you said, because you said it. So let's not do that. Like,
Let's not
and
do.
again, I
I
don't
said.
have no, before we go any further, I don't have no smoke with you. I ain't never had no issues with you. You come over here regularly. I see you all the time. It don't be no issues. But you knew exactly what you were saying when you said it. You knew it. You knew we were not referring to anything about jail. We're talking about children. You knew. So please don't play on my intelligence like that.
Kay, I think you want to have an issue, and I don't want to have no issue with you, Kay. I have no problem with you at all. What I said was not said out of a bad heart. It wasn't said with poor intentions. None of that. Please
Sweetheart,
understand me.
did you hear what you said though?
I
You
did
said
hear
you
what
want
I
us to
said.
give and you said you want us to give a fuck. You want us to give a fuck about a jacket being an imaginary jacket. First of all, minimizing the situation of things that happen to little black boys who have nothing to do with anything that was going on with this young lady, right? Nor did you. However, and again, I don't have no smoke with you. I don't want to have no problems with you. I really just want clarity as to what the fuck you meant. But you knew exactly what you were saying when you said it. You minimized the situation that happened to my children that really could be detrimental. Even though you didn't have all of the facts, because now you know things that you didn't know before. You've been privy to information that you were not privy to before. You made these statements, right? You then
Wait
tell
a
me
minute.
like, oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. No, because you're saying I was privy to information before I made these statements.
No,
I
I said
wasn't privy
you
to
are
the clip.
no, baby. I said you are now privy to information that you were not privy to before.
Okay. Well, I would put it like this.
Go ahead. This is you.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was literally gonna talk about that. Literally, right. What Trina said was not substantial enough to affect those children off the app. What she said wasn't right, Kay. But in actuality, in reality, it's not gonna affect your children off the app. It won't. If you give it no life,
Respectfully,
it doesn't affect.
okay, listen. Chasingpillows, you're an adult, correct?
Say it again?
You're an adult, correct?
Yes, of course.
We not gonna pretend like people don't get fired off of shit that happened on this app. People don't get evicted behind shit that happens on this app. People are not being kicked, like currently, actively being kicked out of schools because of shit that happened on this app. My son is being scouted as we speak. I bullshit you not. I actually have a meeting with a coach tomorrow. So you cannot tell me that shit that's happening on this app is not affecting people in real life. Yes, the fuck it is. Furthermore, conversation rule the nation. You know that. It ain't about what you know. It's about what you can prove. But you are aware. You are aware. And for this reason, I feel like there's some secret smoke. You told my aunt that you wouldn't come to the live because you were sleeping, although you hearted the live that she sent to you. You told my cousin that you weren't coming to the live because you couldn't be summoned. And now that you are actually here, you not only are trying to minimize the situation, you telling me that the shit not going to affect my children. How do you know that? Can you guarantee me that?
I'm not trying to minimize anything. I'm just pointing a fact as somebody. Listen, and this is why I say I'm objective, and my opinion is not going to go well by a lot of people, and I understand that. Now, I told Supremely Petty this morning, if she did say that, and I heard it just now, I could understand you reacting. I can understand you being upset. But I do think bringing more life to it over and over again and bringing attention to it is really what's giving it substance. Because in my personal opinion, it doesn't have enough substance. Now, when you said chasing pillows, hold on. When you said, now, if you said something like chasing pillows is a P3DO, now, she didn't say that your kids are P3DOs. She said what she said about her daughter being a survivor.
Mm-hmm.
And said that you have sons, and she doesn't want to, put her daughter in that situation. Okay, that's what I heard. I didn't hear, me per se, I didn't hear something that should affect your children off of this app. that's substantial enough to affect your children off of this app. And I'm keeping it a buck.
That's
I'm not
fine.
trying to minimize shit.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
I'm not.
That's exactly what it sounds like. You
I'm
said
not.
in short, we don't give a fuck that an imaginary jacket was put on your children. Like, little black boys aren't currently being hunted the fuck down. Because Black Boy Joy is the thing. And the thing about that is, I'm going to protect mine. See, I never got on this app and was like, okay, well, I want y'all to be mad and everybody to say fuck Trina. I never got on this bitch and said that. As a mother, right, I got on this bitch and I checked that. I'm going to clock it every motherfucking time when it comes to my children. But see, I did that. I never asked you to give a fuck. I never asked anybody in these comments to give a fuck. I got on here and I expressed my feelings about something that happened to me on my page. And in the event that I did go onto somebody else's panel, it's because I was requested up, okay, and asked, well, okay, what exactly is going on? Why are you so angry? And then I post the receipts to back any and everything that I said, because I don't say nothing once that I can't say twice. And I'm definitely not going to speak on it if I can't prove it. But see, I'm not here to try to convince you, right? Because I'm gonna make sure the minds is good regardless. What I really want to know is how exactly did those things correlate, and what the fuck was the reason for bringing my children situation up at all whatsoever. You started out talking about King, and then it turned into, because the comment was in reference to King.
Yeah, I was reading a comment.
So at what point in time did K-Dub and her children and the jacket that was placed on my children have to do with King?
I think I was in a line of thought, and that comment kind of interrupted that train of thought that I was speaking.
So it was on your mind. You wanted to say it.
Say it again?
It was on your mind and you wanted to say it.
I was going to bring attention to it anyways, because not that I want you to understand, I'm not trying to equate the two completely different situations. What I'm trying to bring up is the difference of outrage for one versus the other situation. How much it took for the other situation to have any type of attention or traction. That's really what I was speaking on.
Okay, so you trying to bring attention to that had what to do with my children? Or the jacket that was, because see, I was in the process of completely letting this shit go. Also, I told Trina that if she issued an apology to my children, I'd be done with it. But you said I'm dragging it. Was it? Do you have children?
Nope.
So you don't have children. It's making me feel
I think that's a farce. What you call it? Talking point, because I was a kid, I was a child, so I can still talk from the point of view.
But you're an adult now, right? And I have children that I'm raising to be young, productive members of society, right? So to speak on me dragging was out of line. However, you're entitled to your opinion, right? But you don't have children, so you can't dictate and or tell me how and when I'm supposed to be done with the situation.
I'm not trying to dictate nothing. What I'm trying to say is,
I didn't say that you were. I'm just informing you that you cannot, because you said I was dragging.
No. Because all right. So this is the thing, right? We not gonna agree on everything. I'm not gonna agree with every single person I listen to on this app. I'm not gonna agree with the shit they say and the shit that they do, right? So if that also applies to me, we can also agree to disagree. Maybe me saying imaginary jacket wasn't the best way of saying that.
Maybe.
Right.
Maybe it wasn't.
Maybe it wasn't the best way of saying that. But it still doesn't take away from the fact that I saw a complete difference of outrage, and still do. But I saw a complete difference of outrage.
That situation have to do with my children and or myself? See, my thing about that is, right, I'm not asking you to give a fuck. I never asked anybody to give a fuck, but you had to make it very much so known that you don't give a fuck. Because your focus is on that situation, and that's fine. You are entitled to do that. However, we're not gonna do this with my kids, right? I don't even play like that. I don't play like that. Now I know that people get on this app or whatever, and try to come because people come for my kids regularly, right? Oh, your ugly ass kids, and you are this, and you are that, and they stink, and they're dirty, and I blow that shit off because what have you seen my motherfucking children? We be eating over here, right? But to be like, you expect us to give a fuck? Who? First of all, who is us? And then secondly, I never asked anybody to give a fuck. Right? I did what the fuck I felt was necessary as a parent. You can't relate. That's all that is. You can't relate. See, I'm going to hell and back about mine. Right? Furthermore, the shit happened to me and to my children. Right? So if I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do with it until I'm done with it. When I'm done with it, then I don't care. But ain't nobody gonna tell me like, okay, damn, like that's you going to, it's too long, it's been 2 months. It sure the fuck has. It sure the fuck has. And if in the event that I feel like doing it again, I'm gonna do it again. Cause I gave her a way out. All you gotta do is apologize to my kids and I'll be done with it. Issue an apology to some children, not to me. Cause I still don't like you, bitch. But issue an apology to my children and I'll be done with it. Have you heard of an apology? You haven't. Have you seen an apology? You haven't. However, you decide to insert yourself because the comment that you made had nothing to do with the topic that you was talking about. It's just, it was on your mind and you wanted to say it. So here we are. And it's clearly been a motherfucking problem. It's been on your mind because I wouldn't have this.
Yeah, that was from today.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have this. So at this point, y'all, you doing this shit in multiple spaces and or on multiple pages. Like, it's who really dragging it at this point? Because number one,
hold on, okay, wait. What am I doing on multiple pages? I could only go live on this page. If I can go live on the other
on your page,
right? I can't go live on that page. I'm banned from that page and in Modern Day Jones. I can only go live on this one.
The 4 comments here. Did this happen on your page?
That's Madam Hill's page.
Okay, so that's another page, right? That's multiple. You go into multiple spots to talk the same shit. When I invited you to come talk the shit to me, you could have expressed the way that you felt to me. So my question is, who really dragging it for real?
I think this is dragging it. I think really, honestly, and again, like I was trying to like be real thing about it. I haven't been disrespectful to you. I haven't called you out your name. I haven't called you bitch, hoe, none of that. I haven't called you none of that.
No, you haven't cursed me. I haven't cussed you out either.
Yes, you have. You also try to use a situation of saying if you called me a P3DO, I would be outraged. See, we can't say that.
No, hold on, because complete that statement.
That when Trina did not say your kids are
complete that statement. After I said I am in fact not calling Chasingpillows a P3DO. I'm using that as a reference, right? Because you tried to minimize the jackets that were put on my children. How I said if I called her a P3DO and I'm not calling her, I will pull the live up myself, gang.
Yo, I want you to, if you can, because for some reason I could find every other live, but I can't find yours, and I really would like to know why I can't find that recording.
I legitimately said to you, if I call Chasingpillows a P3DO, right? And I'm not calling her that, y'all. So do not run over there and tell her that this, that, and the third. I'm not calling her that. But she would be pissed because that's putting a jacket on her.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. If Trina had said those words or not. But hear me out. If Trina had said those exact words, right? Other than just like an implication because her child is a survivor. She's a survivor. I don't know. Like, my thing is this. I'm taking away the power of those words. There's no power in the words that she said. That's how in my mind, that's how I'm putting it. So that's what I say. Imaginary.
It's happening like that in your mind because it's not happening to you, sweetheart. It's not happening to you. It's very easy to be dismissive and not care about those words because it's not happening to you or your children. It's not happening to you. It's happening to me. So there's no selective outrage here. What I find odd, matter of fact, fuck what I find odd, because at this point the opinion don't matter. I genuinely think that you were upset that people were not paying attention to the things that you were saying about that baby. Understandably so, because it's very tragic and it's very unfortunate. I genuinely feel like that you were upset that nobody was listening to the things that you were saying. And then the moment that I said something about the shit that was being put on my children, right? That needed to be minimized because of what you were saying needed to be pushed to the forefront. That's how I feel.
You mind if I do a quick little thing and I play, because I got some people in my comments, they want to hear the clip that I heard. So I just want to play that for them. Give me a second.
Y'all, tap the screen, please. Protect the live.
All right, so
I'm sorry, Crystal.
let's go to 51. All right, y'all, I'm about to play it. Hold on one second. And again. All right. This is about like 2 minutes. Okay.
Now, again, it's going to be a little noisy out here, but I'm not about to waste my child up with this bullshit. Again, the narrative of me trying to paint somebody out to be the boogeyman is false. Because again, all I said was, y'all, I'm moving on to the Airbnb. I'm choosing to go the route of an Airbnb. That's what I said. The conversation.
Hold on, wait. Run that back. Bring that back about 10 seconds. I missed that part.
10 seconds, okay.
Again, the narrative of me trying to paint somebody out to be the boogeyman is false. Because again, all I said was, y'all, I'm moving on to the Airbnb. I'm choosing to go the route of an Airbnb. That's what I said.
Remember, she said that.
The conversation, the discernment and all that was never going to come to the forefront. It didn't need to. For what? Because the person that needed to know, which was her, already knew. I told you on the back end already. And again, I attributed it to the trauma we've been through. I don't know you. I don't know your sons. I got a little girl who been through shit already.
No,
That was the
crazy.
Tell her that
I saw your comment, baby. I saw it. You could have texted me this.
you were see your face.
So that was it. That was the jacket, right? Now again, in my mind,
let me tell you. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, in my mind, from my point of view, what she said does not. I'll play it again.
You don't have to.
Trina said she has the original. You have the original live. It wasn't March 4th. Trina,
is she in here?
she's on my side. Over here.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Look at that. Before we go any further with that, because she said all she said was that she was going to an Airbnb, right?
Okay.
She has a daughter who's been through shit or whatever the case may be, right? That's unfortunate for that baby as well. I'm gonna need you to read this. This one right here. I mean, you can read it all if you want to, but go ahead.
I want to just get out of their apartment ASAP. I'm guessing the dark blue is her. Okay, I just want to get out of the apartment ASAP. I have enough to book us a hotel for a day or two so I can talk to her. And we can come there if that's okay until we can get something stable settled. Her carpool is paid for the week, so we good there. Okay.
Now, my question is, if we were worried about my children, why would you say you still want to come here? We were not. Bringing up my children, period. And it wasn't my daughters. It was specifically my sons, right? Because I have 2 girls and I have 2 boys.
Right. I told Petty I didn't even know that you had daughters too.
I do. I do. I have 2 daughters and I have 2 sons.
Okay.
Right? Bringing up my children, my sons, in any sense, while speaking about her daughter being SA'd, is putting a fucking jacket on my children. It was malicious. It was malicious. But see, what she not telling y'all is, she said, and this message right here is a long message, right? This is when she referred to my sons, and this is when she told me she's experienced being SA and that her daughter has as well. She was young, but she did not remember. Also, that she has night terrors. My children may be, scared, but her daughter is used to it. Right. In short, that's what this message says. And if you want the screenshot, I'll go grab it for you. However, I reassured her that everything would be fine, right? You and your kids would be good. I told her I completely understand your concern, but you and your daughter would be very well protected. That's when she sent this message here that you just read. Still wanting to come here, okay? So when she got on live to be like, oh, well, I ain't going over there. She got sons and shit, big grown ass sons. Like, anything could happen. Number one, she didn't even start saying that until somebody in her